Meat-free Monday. Hey, we're back. What's up, soldiers? Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. A quick summertime salad with ingredients straight out of my garden. That is what you're looking at there. Some cherry tomatoes, boy. Abundance of it this year. Stay tuned. You're going to love this one. It's all about Meat-free Mondays. It's late summer. It's a great time to be in the garden because it's all about harvest time. And we've got these peppers here, which I've got to get to pretty soon to make some pepper sauce or some hot sauce to show you guys. But I'm here for some tomato, and we've got these nice big tomatoes there, and we've got more of them over there. But what we're gonna do, and let's come back over here for a second. Oh, by the way, I keep showing you guys the pumpkin. So there's one there, and there's a massive one hanging over here. But we'll get to the recipes for those ones later on. What we're here for is cherry tomato, and believe it or not, they're all in there. You can see two little ones just hanging out there, but there are tons of cherry tomato all in the bush here. So I'm gonna pick some of these and we're gonna do a quick tomato salad. Nothing really Caribbean about it, but it is so refreshing and so tasty, and it's a great opportunity to use what you have growing in the garden. So this is what we ended up with from the garden. So you can see we've got a ton of cherry tomato. I've got some fresh thyme, and I've got some chives. And like I said, I just love using this stuff straight out of the garden. And that is what planting in summertime and everything is all about here. You know, I grew up in a home where we always had what was called a kitchen garden. So gardening is second nature to me. And all I did was I washed them, and I'm taking off the stems and giving them a cut in half. And one of the things you'll notice in some of them, in my case here, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the tomato has a split in it. And that just means it's full of juice and flavor and everything else. So I'm not tossing those out. Since I'm eating the salad today, I'm going to use them right away. So just cut them in half. Now there is a trick going around the interweb where if you want to cut a few of the tomatoes at the same time, you get the lid of a Tupperware, you place it on top, you put your hand down, and you go with your knife, a nice sharp knife, and you just slice and slice and slice, and voila, they're all cut in half for you. But I'm on old school. This is a de-stressing kind of thing for me. Cooking is all about getting that stress away from my life, so I'm going to cut them manually. Yeah, the interweb could hold their backside with their little trick and trick and trick and trick. You know, and the hardest work is really slicing up them tomatoes. I also thinly slice some red onions. I love red onion in this salad, and it gives that sort of bite, that sort of crunch. And when you're doing salads, it's all about not just the flavors, but the texture as well. Let's do the dressing. Balsamic vinegar. Equal parts balsamic vinegar and olive oil. I know for a fact that my tomato is a bit tart. Those little cherries are a bit tart. So, black pepper. And that's not for the tartness yet. I'll show you what is for the tartness. So we've got that fresh ground black pepper in there. If you can do fresh ground, by all means, always do that. I've got some sea salt. And that sea salt is going to help with the tartness. And the second ingredient I have here is some blueberry honey. Yeah, blueberry honey. I want 2 teaspoons, well, more like 2 tablespoons to be honest with you. The amount Uncle Chris don't want to drop in there. And that blueberry honey is courtesy of the folks up at St. Jacob's Market. Lovely flavor. Any honey will work, it's just that I collect honey. I have that at home there. We need some fresh thyme, and just the baby leaves of the thyme. Just gonna break those off and in here. And you saw me pick that thyme fresh out of the garden there. And I like using thyme in this salad. You know, a lot of people into basil and other herbs, but me, I am not a fan of basil, so you will never, or hardly ever, I can't say never, you will hardly ever see me use basil. You don't want too much, maybe two sprigs of that thyme, but make sure it's just the leaves, not that stalk that you're getting in there. Now if you wanted to put a touch of citrus in there, some fresh lemon juice will work, some tangerine juice. If I had tangerine juice, for me, I want a bit of orange juice in there. But first, we've got 1 large clove of garlic. And again, that garlic came straight out of my garden. Watch my gardening videos and you would see. So that there, man, I'm telling you, some killer flavors, just basic flavors, but so much niceness in there. Now shift that thyme over, juice of half of an orange. Yeah, you thought I was using packaged orange juice. Nah, Uncle Chris don't roll so. So we're just going in with that, and that's gonna give it a brightness. I am telling you, you're gonna. If I had tangerine or nectarine, that ain't a citrus, Chris. What's wrong with you? Why this boy so clementine? Eh? Tangerine or clementine? But anyhow, you see that there? I went to the club last night and there's the stamp. Now that's jokes. Yo, let me get into that. Now somebody put marker on my hand there telling me about that is a piece of art. That is no art. Anyhow, so what we're gonna do now, get your whisk. Scrape all that honey in there. Then it's just a matter of whisking that all together. Uncle Chris making a mess in the kitchen, but what's new? That's the norm around here. Just gonna whisk that up. We want to break down all that salt and black pepper and bruise the thyme. Man, I'm telling you, hit it a little taste. Ay, ay, ay. Uncle Chris, you get to know again, sire. Salad dressing done. It is assembly time, ladies and gentlemen. We're there. We're almost there. So in goes, and we're gonna sort of bruise the pieces of onion, and that is a red onion, nice and sweet, but we got that lovely texture is gonna happen. Then we've got all of that cherry tomato. Just look at that. Just gonna give that a good little mix. You can see all the niceness happening. If you wanted to cut a cucumber in there as well too, you can certainly cut a cucumber in there. The other ingredient, I like going in with the cheese, and today that cheese is coming courtesy of bocconcini. And these are just little pearl bocconcinis. It's a ripe cheese, it's a soft cheese. It really doesn't have much flavor, but it does take on flavor. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour that dressing on there and marinate it for about 10-15 minutes in the fridge, and it's gonna pull out that flavor. But before we do, I want a bit more salt in here. I want a bit more black pepper in here. You knew the chives that we cut in the garden there earlier has to make an appearance. So in goes that chive. My hands are clean, so don't fret. I'm just gonna give that a little mixy mix here. Now, if that bocconcini is not your thing, because it's very bland to be honest with you, if goat cheese is your thing, if feta is your thing, rock that. Man is all about using ingredients that you enjoy, because at the end of the day, you're the one eating it, your family are the ones eating it. So you can see the niceness there now. You can already start seeing the vibrance and colors and everything else in that quick, simple salad. It's all about tomato, it's all about onion, some herbs from the garden. You know, you really can't go wrong. You're eating nice today, boy. Just gonna give the dressing one more little whisk, and it's all about pouring that all over the salad. You're gonna have to go back in there with your hands or your fingers or your spoon or your fork or whatever it is you use to toss your salad. Toss your salad. Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. Always a pleasure having you guys here in the kitchen with me. A lovely summertime salad using ingredients out of your garden if you're like me, or go and support local farmers and stuff like that and buy some stuff off them. Always a pleasure having you guys here in the kitchen with me. Enjoy all the day, Ari. What's up, soldiers? Don't forget to click subscribe. If you've already clicked subscribe, hit that bell notification thing. I want to all you missing out on the new videos, man. Come on, click.